She hails from Duncan Town, Ragged Island, Bahamas. A talented seamstress by trade, she was self-sufficient in her profession. She's well-traveled, having visited many countries abroad, including various parts of the United States, Luxembourg, and Canada. She came from an industrious family of boat captains, boat builders, and those involved in the salt trade. She even sang for us a song she remembered from her school days, Me and My Shadow. In this edition of Bahamian Heritage Series, 100-year-old Enid Lockhart.
My name is Enid Lockhart. 22nd of March, I was born 1923. March 22nd, 1923.
And that makes you how old?
I old 100, yeah.
Wow.
See you there?
100 years old. Where were you born?
Duncan Town, Ragged Island.
Duncan Town, the capital of Ragged Island, is the only settlement on the island. It sits on a breezy hill overlooking a landlocked shallow harbor. The town is just over 1 mile long, with 3 main streets running north and south, the whole length of the town, with many cross streets connecting them. The town was named for Duncan Taylor, who together with his brother Major Taylor came from Long Island and settled there in the 19th century. They developed the island's salt industry, remnants of which can be seen in the salt ponds, still providing a smaller scale export commodity for locals today. Narrow, winding, shallow channels, together with the summer droughts, made ideal conditions for the production of salt. Duncan Town, Ragged Island.
Mm-hmm.
And who were your parents?
Mara, Wilson, and Horace Alvin. Wilson was my grandfather, and my daddy was Reginald George R. Lockhart.
And where were your parents from? Were they also from Ragged Island?
Ragged Island.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any recollection of your grandparents?
Oh yes, my grandparents was Horace and Helen Wilson.
Okay, and were they from
Ragged Island, all.
as well?
Mm-hmm.
How far back? Do you remember your great-grandparents, or were they already passed?
I can't remember them.
Did you have siblings? You had brothers and sisters?
Yes,
What were their names? How many?
Florinda and Sheila, twin. Helen, I was next to Helen. And Boylena was next to me.
Okay.
And Veronica, Ethel, Willie, Sheila, and Florinda, all of them was my sister. My mom had 9 girls and 3 boys.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Big family.
Yeah.
Back in those days, most people had large families, which is
Yeah.
a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you were all on Ragged Island, and that's where you grew up.
That's right.
Can you tell me a little about the house that you lived in? Can you still remember what it looked like?
The old house still there, Mom.
Wow.
Still there, but you know the porch gone long time with hurricane. So the old house still there, and some of them been living in there. What made a goat and take charge on now? You know, but I don't think no one there.
Okay, so nobody lives in the house now.
Mm-mm.
What did it look like?
My mom in my house,
Yes.
my Reginald and Reginald Lockhart, Charles Lockhart, all them was brothers, and all of them had nice home, nice home. In old broke down house been in Ragged Island.
Back in the
Oh,
day, they
no,
were
no,
really good.
no, no. Everybody have nice house.
Where did you go to school?
Right in Duncan Town, Ragged Island.
You remember the name of the school?
Ragged Island All Age School.
Okay. So,
And then Ragged Island School going up higher. Well, when I leave school, I went to work. I went to work with Norman Solomon.
wow. How old were you when you left school?
I believe I've been more than 14.
Okay. And where did you go to work?
The Norman Solomon. Yeah, one of the rich men in the Bahamas.
Wow.
But I don't think he live in. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Where was that job located?
Norman Solomon?
Where was the job? In Ragged Island?
No.
So you came to Nassau?
Somewhere in Nassau there.
So you moved from
Yeah.
Ragged Island after high school
Mm-hmm.
and came here to work.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do?
I was doing sewing and cutting.
Okay.
Yeah. I worked for Norman Solomon.
So how did you know how to sew and cut? Did someone teach you that?
Just like I teach myself because I could have been the woman who was my teacher, cutting and sewing.
So that was a talent.
That's right.
You know, there's some people who have talents that nobody have to show them because it just comes naturally. A
Mhm. Yeah.
God-given talent.
That's right.
Okay. So you
No.
were a seamstress.
Mm-hmm.
How long did you work there?
The Norman Solomon. I couple of good years. After I leave Norman Solomon, I went home.
Oh,
I
how
went
long did you
home.
stay there?
Huh?
How long did you stay with him?
The moment I stayed there a good while, but I couldn't.
So what type of business was it? They made stuff, clothes, or?
Yeah, Norman Solomon was I believe he had all kind of store. He was one of the richest man.
Yes,
Mhm.
he was. So what did you do when you went back? You
To
went
whom?
back to Ragged Island, right?
Yeah, I used to sew for people.
Okay, so
When I don't sew, my clothes look like they do in America. That's right. Well, I could have cut and sew. Me and one of my cousins named Lockhart, she used to do pants more on me. Because I never used to do no pants.
So basically, you sewed for a living, right? So and that was how you made your right. Okay. So did you had children, right?
Yes,
How many?
I had. You mean how many I have? I had 6 girls. No, I had 6 girls. Yes,
Any boys?
2. No boys, only grand and great grand.
Okay. Were they all born in Ragged Island?
All of them.
And they went to school and grew up there.
They had good school, you know. Yeah. Dorset School, Farland, Wells. We had all kind of teachers.
You've been places, and you know you talk to a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
So when you went back to Ragged Island, you obviously took up that trade. You were very good at what you did, and you sewed and made a living like that. And you had 6 girls, was it? 6 girls, no boys, no boys. Okay. So did you stay in Ragged Island at that point? In fact, before we go there, can you tell me a little bit about Ragged Island? What was it? Is it the same or has it changed compared to what it was back then? I mean, it's been a while, probably since you were there.
Well, most of the people don't move from there anyhow. But I just go back there when it's something. The last time I been down there to Uncle C birthday or funeral. Uncle C funeral, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Ragged Island in terms of what it looked like. Or
Ragged Island still got that long salt pond. And half of Ragged Island pond belonged to my grandma Helen and Horace Alvin Wilson. That's right.
that's because of the deep heritage and the family.
Yeah.
Yes. You basically was a part of Ragged Island for decades. About how many people lived in Ragged Island when you were growing up? You remember?
Oh, plenty people was living there then.
Probably more
When I was
then
growing,
than now.
yeah.
Yeah.
He ain't not much living down there now. Most of the people move.
What
Ain't
did,
nothing down there for them to do.
yeah, what did most people do for a living back then? What did your parents
There's a plot
make a living?
and sew mutton. Yeah, do straws, everything, and
Was there any farming going on?
farming. Some people just farm. Yeah,
When they farmed, what did they farm?
corn and peas and different stuff on tree. Yeah.
Okay, but you stuck to your sewing.
I never bothered with no too much of field now.
Were there other seamstresses like other people sewed, or were you one of the major ones?
Well, Pleasant Monroe was my teacher, but I could have beat her sewing and cutting. So after I started doing the best, she said, "No, you could go right ahead and do the rest, 'cause you could beat me.
Now, at some point, you came back to Nassau, didn't you?
Probably I come back to Nassau because that's where I'm here now. Yeah.
You used to sew
I just sew for people.
somewhere else other than for
The mademoiselle.
Solomon, right? Yeah. You used to sew for some. You did your own sewing. At
Yeah,
some
do
point,
my
right?
own sewing.
Right here.
I leave Mr. Solomon and I went home. Yeah, do my own sewing down there for people.
What about? Didn't you have somewhere
Where?
on Peter Street that you sewed? Did you live on Peter Street?
I live on Peter Street in the UG and them all right and quite a while. Me and Rachel Moxie used to sew together. So,
So you did that.
just we used to live together and upstairs building Mr. Ivan Wallace. And we used to sew. Yeah.
What was the political climate like back then? How were things? Was it easy for you? Did you have a difficult life?
Right then he nothing been down there for me to do. So I stay here quite a while.
Okay. And you were able to take care of yourself. How was the economy? Were you able to provide, or was things rough?
Well, anyhow, I'm dead on us from sickness. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously we was able to eat.
Yeah.
I understand. You had a sister who went away to live in the States.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Edel.
Okay. Did you visit her over there?
Yeah. Yeah. I used to go over there and stay for months.
Where was she?
Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so when you visited her, were you able to see a lot of the town and?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All over. All over.
And I understand you met some famous people down there. Who were they? You met,
Barack Obama.
you met Barack Obama.
Yeah, I took picture of him.
And you were able to talk to him.
Standing right up alongside of him. Yeah.
And not too many people had that privilege.
No.
He was a one-of-a-kind U.S. president.
Yeah.
So I know you must be proud of that.
President Clinton, President Obama, President, who else? Couple of them.
They were in that area and you were able to meet. So you visited your sister quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
She's still there?
No, she died.
Okay. Was she older or younger?
Younger.
Where did you fall in your mother's children? Which one?
I was the third.
You were one of the older ones. Most of your siblings still alive or no? Okay, so you are brothers and sisters. Are they still around?
Yeah, some of them.
Some of them.
Yeah, by daddy's side though. Yeah.
They in Ragged Island or Nassau?
Nassau.
While you were back in the day in Ragged Island, you were, sound to me, like very self-sufficient on the island. Like you were able to probably have stuff that the other islands didn't have. Did you have a mailboat that came from Nassau?
Yeah, we had mailboat.
Do you remember the name of it?
The Daily Cleaner and Captain Moxie and what? Captain C. Yeah, had a couple of boats. Used to go up and ride down people. They didn't forget their people.
No.
Because when they want that free salt and thing where they could get for nothing, they go where they can get them. Right to Ragged Island. That's the salty island, right down there.
Plenty salt down there.
Plenty salt, all the time.
Okay.
When the pond overflow will flow with water, my grandpa Horace Wilson is to go there, pump the water out for the people to get salt where they could sell. Ships to come in for salt.
Did they do a lot of fishing in Ragged Island?
Yeah, they had to do a lot of it. Yeah.
I heard when you were in Ragged Island, you sang. Where was that? Where did you sing?
Down at the school, that's where I sing that.
And what did you sing?
Me and my shadow, me and my shadow, strolling down the avenue. Me and my shadow, no one else to tell my troubles to. And when it was 12 o'clock, we climbed the stair. I had to make it. Never know that no one was there, just me and my shadow strolling down the avenue. Boy, and when I sing that, there's the encore. I had to go back up again. Lord, I tell you, that was something. The schoolhouse was full.
That's beautiful. You did a great job. You remember that age?
Yes, I could remember
How
that.
old you was then? You remember?
I probably around about 14 or something like that.
Yeah, decades ago. Decades ago.
I don't wonder.
When asked the secret of her long life, Mrs. Lockhart talked about her dedication in taking care of her mother and grandmother and agrees with the Bible admonition that when we honor our parents, our days will be long. Mrs. Lockhart has received an award signed by both King Charles and his wife Camilla, celebrating her 100th birthday on March 22nd of 2023. She also received a letter of gratitude and commendation for her invaluable contributions to our nation on that occasion from our Governor General, the Most Honorable Sir Cornelius A. Smith. During her travels, Mrs. Lockhart had the opportunity to meet and speak with U.S. President Barack Obama. Mrs. Lockhart's contribution to our nation in building and raising a family and providing the skills of a noble profession as a seamstress is invaluable. She is a member of and attends Christ the King Anglican Church in Ridgeland Park West, where she was confirmed. In this episode of Bahamian Heritage Series, we salute Mrs. Enid Carnetta Lockhart, who continues to contribute as she shares her wealth of knowledge and experience with her family and everyone around her. Her legacy is alive and continues to live on.